Hello, I am your host, Dr. Rashida L. Weaver, and this is the Social Entrepreneurship Show. If it's your first time with me, then welcome, but if not, welcome back. I actually going to do a short video about empathy, trauma, and social entrepreneurship. I'm going to delve more into this in a future episode, but I really wanted to just come on and say that most social entrepreneurs um, are empathetic. Social entrepreneurship is a form of empathetic leadership. Now, let's go back to the definition of social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship is defined as using the process of using commercial business techniques to generate revenue in order to combat social problems. Social problems, they can vary. It can be poverty, climate change, hunger, homelessness, urban decay. There's so many different social problems that exist in the world. And there are over 10 million social enterprises in the world as the last global study, which was in 2024. And so this is a form of empathetic leadership, leadership that is focused on addressing ails, social issues, social problems that are affecting people all over the world. And where does that come from? Because many people that actually do experience social problems don't really do anything about it. It's just something they've experienced. But when it comes to social entrepreneurs, what we see in the research is that the majority of social entrepreneurs have either gone through adversity or witnessed someone go through adversity that was close to them. And what they've decided to do with this experience, which is often traumatic, what they have decided to do with adverse experiences is to transform it, transform the experiences into opportunities for positive social change, as well as revenue generation, right? So you're taking this social entrepreneurship is rare, and you have these rare people that have said, this has happened to me. This has happened to someone I cared about. And I am going to use this as an opportunity. I'm going to use this as motivation to combat this social problem so that either it doesn't happen to someone else, or even if it does happen to someone else, I can help them overcome it. And it's very, very powerful and really powerful when you think about it, because a lot of people go through social problems and their response is not to address the problem. It is simply sometimes to just endure going through it. They feel defeated or they just want to move past it. But social entrepreneurs are change makers. And one thing I really wanted to just get on here and talk about is that when you have these adverse experiences, even if it's vicarious trauma because of someone close to you that has experienced it, even if it isn't you, one thing I really want you to be mindful of is the importance of self-care and boundaries. Self-care is extremely important because if you've gone through adverse experience, you need to make sure that im- you've expounded upon that in your own life, like unpacked it. That's the word I'm looking for. Unpack that experience so that one, you can prevent it from happening again, and two, you can see the influence that it's having on your daily life. We want to make sure that those adverse experiences are not traumatizing you or making you respond to the world in a way, in a traumatized manner. And so that, and then boundaries in terms of we want to do social good, we want to help, but we also want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves first and foremost, because the only way that you can continue to do social good sustainably is if you are constantly nourishing yourself, constantly soothing your own soul, constantly unpacking your wounds, your traumas, and making sure that is not taking the forefront of your life, but instead you are hopefully at some point start operating from a place of human flourishing, right? And that's my goal. When I first started studying social entrepreneurship, I wanted to really focus on combating problems, combating problems, combating problems, and using revenue to like never be poor for people to like thrive financially. But one thing is that as I've grown older and as I've become more successful, one thing that's really important for me is to ensure that social entrepreneurs know to take care of themselves holistically, financially, personally, their social life. life can be also about leisure. Life can also, you can also not think of the world as just um, combating problems, but also how good can it get? How good can life get for you? How many things can you do that are great in this world? Both for you, for your organization, but like how much fun can you have? How much excitement can you explore throughout the world? How much adventure can you experience in this lifetime? As I get older, I just think a lot more about life holistically, and all of my work has always been about quality of life and human flourishing and tools for advancing that. And I want to make sure that the empathy of social entrepreneurship and the resilience and the leadership, yes, those are priorities, but we can never forget ourselves and taking care of ourselves. And having boundaries with our work is so incredibly important. And just nurturing yourself and having a vision for your personal life as well. I'm very, very big on that with social entrepreneurs. If you've taken the Ready, Set, Launch Social Enterprise Bootcamp, you know this. If you read my book, Social Entrepreneurship, A Practical Introduction, you also know this. I'm really, really big on taking care of you because there's so many amazing people in this world that sometimes act like martyrs, like the good people, like you have to suffer because you want to help people, where there's so many evil people taking advantage of other people in the world, and they don't feel they have to suffer at all. In fact, many of them feel like they deserve all the best things this world has to offer, despite the fact that they don't even value it. You know, we see that in the news of what's going on today. And so I want to come on here and encourage you to live the absolute best life that you can. I'll make a longer video about this because I also want to talk more deeply about trauma, how to come it, how to own your power. I've been reading some interesting books. And so let me know also in the comments what you would like to me to unpack from this topic even more. So quick video. If you like it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video if you find it helpful. So thank you so much. Ciao.